Well, hello, friends. It's yeah, doing things a little different today. I'm doing it at night. It's like 9 o'clock at night on Saturday night, and I don't know. I'm just changing things up. Remember, I told you about how I don't like following rules, and like when I was talking about it. Oh, by the way, I'm Pearl of Wisdom, or Steve, as they like to call me. I do spiritual musings, I suppose. I'm learning as I go, and I have a Facebook channel called One Spirit Guide. I don't know why. Just do. I was doing like tarot cards. Maybe I'll do that doing this as well. But you can check out my other videos. It talks about the oneness of all and how that helps our life, or how it helped my life anyways. And it also talked about how I'm not big on following rules. One of the things that I went to this spiritual place and took a course called Science of Mind. And actually a really good I just posted a video on my Facebook about a fellow who is big on this as well. And it's talking about writing things down. Like in the morning, especially, you just write down what you're thankful for or whatever. And I never was much for writing things down. No. Just don't like it. But guess what? Remember I said about not following rules? So I just made a rule in my head to not write things down. So now I wrote things down. That's how bad I am. I so much not like rules that I'll start, like when I say like I'm not doing that, that becomes a rule, so I'll do it. You know, does that make any sense to you? Probably not, because I'm crazy. Anyways, I posted a video up. It was Dr. Christine Northrup and Michael, I can't remember his last name, but I love Dr. Christine Northrup. You can check it on the Facebook. I'll put it down in the comments section here. And I wrote down a bunch of stuff about it, but the one thing that really got me thinking today is a quote that was in there, and I think it was from Christine that quoted it, and it said, if you want to know where the lie is, go where the fear is. Actually, I'm not sure if they quoted that or if I just got it from what they were saying. I think I just got it from what they were saying. But one of the things they talked about is because this was a lot about coronavirus. There was some stuff about that in the video, and it's a great video. I'll put it down there. But why did Mother Teresa never get sick? Mother Teresa worked with people in India that were sick as hell, that you were supposed to completely stay away from. Leprosy, all kinds of stuff. Her whole life. And she never got sick. Why? It was a fluke? There's lots of doctors that work. My wife's a nurse. She works around people all the time. She's never sick. Never. Coronavirus, people are, aren't you worried about the coronavirus? To my beautiful wife, Caroline. And she says, no, because she doesn't believe she's going to get it. And neither did Mother Teresa believe she was going to get it. Outside forces of her mind, whether that be in the sense, I guess with Mother Teresa it would be maybe Mother Mary or Peter or what have you, but God in general, Jesus, was protecting her. And she at least had created in her mind that was a truth. And if you go into Science of Mind teaching, that's pretty much what it talks about. The lady that taught me, her name was Tammy, was a teacher for Science of Mind. And she said, one of the things she said was, if you are, like, she told us to bring articles, and I actually didn't notice this as the homework, and I didn't do it. But she brought in an article where it talked about all the horrible things about smoking. And then she brought in another article where it talked about how the truth is that only like 0.2% of smokers die of cancer or something like that. It might have been higher than that. Very, very low percent. Very lowest percent of smokers get any of the diseases attributed to smoking, even though they smoked their whole lives. And it's funny, I mean, I've known lots of people that basically said that's not going to happen. And here's the flip side of that. You'll hear people say, oh, they always said it'll never happen to them, but now look at it. And quite often, that's attributed to people that people don't even know if they actually said that or not. But the point is that Tammy would say, if you are a smoker, and I don't recommend you do so, I mean, for a lot of reasons, the last thing you want to say is, oh, these things are going to kill me, or, oh, that's falling into this pattern of, the more you put it out there into the universe that something is going to happen, the more it's going to happen. And that was one of the things Michael, I'll get his last name for my next video, or maybe I'll post something of his down also in the comment section. He talks about how if we send love into the universe, it comes back tenfold back to us. And I'd like to do that right now, by the way. All of you are listening right now. I'm sending love to you so strong. I love all of you, every one of you. And if you look at my videos where I talk about the oneness of all and the way I understand it through Christ, and I had somebody put in the comment section, do you think that you have to understand the oneness of all through Jesus? And I was like, no, I don't. No, I don't believe that. I believe we all know it inside of us. In fact, I think Jesus taught it. But that's just from my perspective. If you're interested in that, you can go check it. You can check it out in my other videos. I talk about it almost in all of them, but you'll see it in the titles. But through that message that I learned from Scripture after I was an evangelical preacher, I learned a different message. It's beautiful. And through that, I have this deep, seriously deep love for each individual person in this world. A spirit of compassion overwhelms me. And I'm sending that out to you. I love all of you. And I would admonish you to do the same back, especially to me. Do it back to me for sure. But other people if you want to. Do it to everybody too, and have that come back. And one of the things that they're talking a lot about here in this video, which is, what was the title? What future would you like to see? I think was the title. But like I said, I'll put it down in the bottom there. I lost my thought. Oh yes, what they do is they do meditation groups, and they live in this oneness. Maybe I'll do this online as well. We can do like meditation group sending of love energies to all humanity and each other and stuff like that. There's something called Power of 8 from Lynn McTaggart. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. She probably just says McTaggart, but I have a hard time saying McTaggart just like that. It's got to be McTaggart because it's just so bloody Irish. But anyways, she had a inclination towards something called Power of 8. She wrote a book on it. Highly recommend you go check it out. And it's people gather together, and there is a system of intention that is done. I have a group that I go to on occasion. I haven't been able to go to because I don't have a car right now. But it's a beautiful thing, man. It is wonderful. I'd check it out online. Maybe you can find some YouTube stuff of people doing it. We have, like I said, we have a group. I just love them dearly. And we do intentions for each other, and we send it to the universe. And we've seen like massive change. I really have. It's fantastic. And you send it out to the world, and it's for the purpose of bringing a I call it an algorithm, a new algorithm to the universe. Positive energies and vibrations is another thing that is used for higher vibration for all humanity. It just increases the process of all of us becoming one again in our minds, because we already are, coming to the knowledge of our oneness and love that's going to heal all these viruses and such. Anyways, I haven't even got to my main point here, and we're 10 minutes in. If you want to know where the lie is, go where the fear is. So I'm going to say this really quick. I have found that those that try to scare you to believe what they want you to believe are lying. And that is whatever it is that you are talking about. In this sense, if you want to find out what the COVID crisis, there you go. There's the word crisis. Media that consistently uses fear to what they like to think is warning you, but actually just scaring the crap out of you. I would personally advise to try to avoid. Remember, I don't do rules here. So it's not a rule. Not to listen to me. You can put down in the bottom if you disagree, and tomorrow I probably change my mind. It's not about rules. This is just where I'm at right now. But I think this one might stick. I've found that the more something is trying to scare you into believing them, the more those people are lying or don't even really believe themselves, or are at least following a lie that they're not aware of. There's religions that I'm sure will come to your mind that seem to do this. You're going to go to hell or burn or whatever. Or there's various other concepts and ideas of scaring people into doing what they tell them to do. If a media source or people, even what have you, are using fear tactics to get you to do something, there is likely a lie in there somewhere. We don't need to be afraid. We don't need to be afraid of the coronavirus, actually. In fact, the more we're not afraid of it, the more it will go away. The more we instill fear into the world, the more there will be a coronavirus. If you notice the pattern here of what's going on, when this thing first went out, there was panic everywhere. And they kept on talking about how, in Italy, there's 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever a day, and blah, 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 more and more and more and more panic, more numbers that we're not really quite sure of, that aren't really gathered or shown in a pie chart or anything. It's just numbers. One of the things that they say is, well, there's this many across the world wide that got the coronavirus. It doesn't say how many people it didn't affect. It doesn't say how many people, most people don't even hardly get sick off of it. Really, as far as viruses go, I've been around for 47 years. I remember my early years, viruses way stronger than this. If you got it, you got sick, period, And even then they would talk about immune system and making sure you get rest and keeping exercise, getting outside, staying healthy to build an immune system to fight against this sort of thing. And now they don't even talk about that anymore. In fact, they just seem to want to keep us more and more sedated all the time, giving us drugs that sedate us, give us head fog and no clarity, all of these things like that. These are the same industries that are scaring you into taking what they are. If you don't take this, you're going to die. You're going to die. Now, we didn't die for years because of it. Somebody might have died about something, or maybe a couple people might have died because of the thing. I hate to tell you this, people are going to die. You're going to die. There's another one, probably the biggest one. Fear of death. There is no need for us to fear death. Death is just an end to this realm and entrance into another realm. I believe that 100%. You don't have to believe that if you don't want to. But I'll tell you what, if I'm wrong, I'm far more at peace believing that it's true. So, and if I'm wrong, there's a pretty good chance that it's not going to really matter then that I believed it now. And if that gave me more peace now, then I'll go with that. Take the stuff that gives you the most peace, not sedation or takes away motivation or makes you feel good only for a moment and then you're sick. Like, for instance, I was an alcoholic, or addictions and all of those things like that. And if you have those, we can do some, I can comment in the bottom. My wife and I do Reiki. We'll do Reiki to help you through that, help you get clarity. But a lot of it just comes from this wonderful being in the higher vibration and living in the passion and love of all humanity. Removing shames of our past and thought processes. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend Dr. Dispenza meditation that I also do, which if you have subscribed, and I hope you have subscribed, you'll be able to see all the videos that I did. And in this meditation, which I do every day, it retools your mind to live in the future now, as if all of the desires in your hearts that you don't feel like that you feel that you would like to have in your life, you imagine those in your mind that are real, even though it's not even imagined. In a way, you're imagining this reality anyways. Create that reality in emotion and how it'll feel and all of the things. The more you can create it and then live in that emotion now. So you're reprogramming your mind to live in the now as with your desires that, remember, have been given to you now. The fact that you have the desires now means they are manifesting now. And believing in that helps that manifestation be created in emotion and desire and love and peace and all of those things. And removes your mind from any things of the past, which is pretty much not helpful to us at all anymore. It's weird how our mind has been created to live by experience. But we're not supposed to live in experience. Experience allows us to have tools to do our future. But we quite often will live against experience. One of the things I wanted to say, live in the past, that is supposed to be for experience, not for dwelling. You see? It has value, but living in it doesn't bring the dimension of joy and love and peace that we are meant to live in. Real quick here, I know I'm getting to 20 minutes, but you guys love this. One thing I wanted to say here is, if you feel fear and anxieties and all of those things like that, one thing that I realize is sometimes we can just feel shame that we feel fear, that we're afraid. Oh, these people are doing so well, why can't I? It's okay to feel fear. Feelings are there for a reason. But we can help each other, and as we go into these videos, I'm going to do some more stuff on how I found to not live in my fear, to let the fear go through me, help my mind formulate where the lie and the fear is, and release. Well, that's my full 42%. Boys and girls, that's all I have to give. I would love it if you hit that like button, if you just brought your hand up and touched that, like that. And subscribe as well, but mostly connect with me in the comment section. Say whatever you want. Talk about whatever you want. If you don't like anything I said, please do. Please don't unsubscribe. There's no reason for that. We're all learning here. Jeez, give me a year and probably everything I'm saying right now, I'll think, what the hell was I talking about? I hope not. I actually don't think so. But, I mean, I didn't think that about Christianity, a lot of the stuff I believed, and it turned. We're all growing. We're all revolving, and everything you think is of value to me. So please let me know. Have a great day. Lots of love to ya.